Hello and welcome to Your Government in Action, a presentation of Bahamas Information Services. I'm Carissa Williamson. The Bahamas will be the focus of a history-making event when the first international rocket landing will take place near Exuma. The announcement was made by Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, at a press conference held at the British Colonial Hotel on February 12, 2025.
On Tuesday, March 18th, February 2025, the Bahamas will take a revolutionary leap into space tourism as the first international destination to host SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket booster landing outside the United States. This rocket landing will secure the Bahamas' place in the global space industry and redefine new possibilities for economic growth and scientific exploration and innovation. We hope that this will inspire our young people to aspire. SpaceX Falcon 9 will launch from Cape Canaveral's Space Force Station in Florida. About 8 minutes after liftoff, Falcon 9's first stage booster will land on SpaceX's autonomous drone ship stationed off the coast of the Exumas. This momentous landing will be visible to audiences around the world via the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism's website, Tourism Today, and SpaceX channel, giving them a front row seat to this remarkable event. We expect that the Bahamas will take center stage and for this landing to be viewed millions of times. Safety is a priority. We are proud to have Bahamian aerospace engineer Ygia, a former NASA scientist, as our official aerospace consultant. The entire process adheres to environmental safety's best practices while placing the Bahamas at the forefront of space exploration. Our government agencies over the past 2 years have been engaged. The Royal Bahamas Defense Force, Bahamas Air Navigation Services Authority, the Bahamas Department of Environmental Planning and Protection, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Bahamas, and the Port Department are working closely with SpaceX to ensure secure and regulated landings. We have taken measurable precautions to safeguard our waters and marine ecosystems, working closely with experts to monitor environmental impact and ensure that our natural resources remain protected. With our proximity to Florida, stable weather and open waters, the Bahamas offers the ideal conditions for SpaceX operations. Astrotourism or space tourism is an emerging industry, as you've heard, that will allow us to diversify our touristic offerings. The industry is projected to exceed $14 billion by 2030, and the Bahamas is securing its place in this booming sector. Space tourism allows people to experience aspects of space exploration firsthand, whether through rocket launches or landings or space-related attractions. The Bahamas is now at the center of this movement, with 20 landings scheduled this year, subject to regulatory approvals. Visitors will not only enjoy our pristine shores, but witness history in real time. No other place on Earth offers this combination of paradise and space exploration. Rocket booster landings will generate fresh economic activity, attracting more travelers, securing more heads in beds, boosting local businesses, and introducing new experiences, for example, yacht excursions to watch rocket landings, some of which I am told are already organized for February 18th. Additionally, SpaceX is committed to establishing a space-themed exhibit in the Bahamas and continuing the partnership in growing opportunities for the Bahamas.
We're here in the beautiful island of Exuma, where officials toured Exuma International Airport on February 4th, 2025, to review upgrades made possible through a partnership between the government of the Bahamas and the Inter-American Development Bank. The project includes improved runways, expanded facilities, and climate-resilient infrastructure to meet international standards, all aimed at building a world-class aviation hub to empower the local community.
Exuma is my home. I happen to be Deputy Prime Minister for the Bahamas, but Exuma is where my naval string is buried. And of course, the most fantastic, beautiful place on earth. So let me just say that I am biased, and I make no apologies for it. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out and for receiving President Goldfein today. I recognize all of the senior government officials from New Providence, as well as the local government heads of department officials. I want to especially recognize the Alternative Executive Director of the Caribbean, who is here, Mr. Quinton Lightburn, and President Goldfein. I want you to know that you truly have one of our finest sons working with you at the IDB. And I want us all to please give Quinton a round of applause. I recognize him because he is a young professional Bahamian who is excelling and making waves, not just for the Bahamas, but for the Caribbean region. And this is what the future of the Bahamas and the prospects of growth and development of our people look like. Let me, at the outset, also thank the IDB for your partnership. Your partnership in this project, but also your partnership in projects all across the islands of the Bahamas. I happen to know that at the moment, you are also deeply involved in many other projects in terms of coastal protection, in terms of clinics, and other infrastructural works across the islands of the Bahamas. And we thank you for your unwavering, long-standing partnership with the Bahamas. As you flew over the Exumas, you may have noted that the Bahamas is an archipelago of expansive land and water mass, and coincidentally, more than 700 islands. And I want to make the point that the resources of the Bahamas simply cannot be enough to develop these islands in an orderly, sustainable way for the empowerment of our people and for the development of infrastructure to support a growing, vibrant economy. And I should point out that whilst we have 700 islands in the Bahamas, more than 365 of them are in the Exuma chain in my constituency. So I think that's an important point to note. We say one for every day of the year. When we speak of the infrastructural development here, the IDB is investing 35 plus million into this specific project. And the government of the Bahamas and its partners are investing an additional 50 million to ensure that we have what it takes here to build the type of hub that is necessary for the continued growth, not just of Exuma, but of all of the southeastern and central islands of the Bahamas. And Charlene mentioned that this has often been a staging hub for disaster recovery. But I should also tell you that Exuma is one of the fastest growing economies of the Bahamas, having attracted more than $2 billion of new foreign direct investments over the course of the last 3 years. We expect this growth to continue. And if we are to do it in a sustainable way, we must continue to invest in our infrastructure as we do here. So today is significant. This is a moment of hope for the consistent growth and development of Exuma. I'm proud as an Exumian to be here to welcome you, President Goldfein. I want to say a special thanks to all of the local heads of departments who have come to witness this moment. And I want to say a special congratulations to Chief Councillor Glenn Davis, who was recently elected. Please give him a round of applause. Today is a demonstration of partnership between the IDB and the government of the Bahamas, but also a signal of partnership between the government and local government. And we appreciate the great work that you do in managing this island. We appreciate the great work that you're going to be doing, all of you, in ensuring that when this new masterpiece is completed and we cut the ribbon, that we're going to maintain it and we're going to celebrate it, and it's going to truly be empowering for the economy of Exuma and empowering for the people of Exuma and the people of the South and Central Bahamas.
And now we take a look up north with Andrew Coakley of our Northern Service.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ygia Moxie, opened the 2025 Grand Bahama Business Outlook here at the Grand Lucayan Resort. Within her address, the minister said the outlook for Grand Bahama is grand. Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ygia Moxie, was the keynote speaker at the 2025 Grand Bahama Business Outlook on February 13th at the Grand Lucayan Resort. In her address, Minister Moxie noted that over the past 3 years, the government has seen the culmination of strategic investments, positioning Grand Bahama as a hub of innovation, resilience, and opportunity.
This aligns with the impact of the $2 billion, nearly $3 billion in investments that are happening now with our initiatives and plans to progress residents and the island forward. For this reason, the Davis Cooper administration took the bull by the horn and tackled some of the critical, long-standing issues that have contributed to our economy's stagnation. By doing so, the government is working diligently to remove obstacles that have hindered the island's economic growth and recovery and the ability to improve the quality of life for residents. To prioritize inclusive, sustainable growth, the government and stakeholders must collaborate to stimulate tourism, education, construction, and the industrial sectors. This action will ensure that not only a small percentage of Bahamians benefit from Grand Bahama's revitalization, but that all fully prepared individuals can also embrace the opportunities.
Turning her attention to some of the specific projects coming to Grand Bahama, the minister pointed to the proposed Afro-Caribbean Marketplace and Logistics Center. That project came about during discussions at the historic 31st Afrexim Bank AGM held in Nassau last June, when the government signed a $1.8 million project preparation facility with Afrexim Bank for the establishment of an Afro-Caribbean Marketplace and Logistics Center, a significant undertaking in the city of Freeport by the Davis Cooper administration.
The acquisition of the International Bazaar and Royal Oasis Tower and Casino properties, as well as the reopening of the West Sunrise Highway, is central to this development and is currently in progress. Purchase agreements have been made with both the bazaar owners and Harcourt Development, and we are ready to go. Our friends at the Grand Bahama Port Authority have indicated that there are long outstanding receivables of the previous owners that must be settled, which has caused a slight delay. This acquisition has been budgeted for in the 2024-25 budget of the government, and we are hopeful that we can move forward as quickly as possible for this game-changing development for our island. The magnitude of this project is far-reaching, and its impact on Grand Bahama will be visible in multiple ways. Firstly, it will resolve long-standing issues that have festered for far too long. The closure of the West Sunrise Highway, which will be reopened. The defunct Princess Tower and Casino, and the International Bazaar properties, which the government will purchase. Secondly, the Afro-Caribbean Marketplace will comprise exhibition pavilions hosting 54 African countries, 20 Caribbean countries, and 16 islands of the Bahamas, enabling them to showcase their artifacts, wares, food, and culture with many international festivals. It will also feature a logistics center for trade and product distribution. Grand Bahama Island will become the hub connecting Africa and the Caribbean, boosting trade and improving investment relations between the countries, which will be represented in the marketplace.
Addressing the elephant in the room, Minister Moxie spoke to the concerns about the sale of the Lucayan Resort.
I fully understand the anxiety in the community about the Grand Lucayan Resort. As a Grand Bahamian whose mother worked at the Lucayan Beach, one who was a job trainee at Atlantic Beach a few years before it was imploded, I can tell you that the sustained success of this resort is extremely important to me, and I am satisfied that steady progress is being made. Please appreciate that as negotiations are often sensitive, and I think we learned our lesson, I will not say a great deal on this except to repeat what the Honorable Prime Minister has said week before last at an event at this place. Getting it right is important. I can say that our desire is for a developer committed to embracing the culture of Grand Bahama while creating a world-class brand that enhances the tourism product of this island. We are careful to seek out someone who has the vision, the heart, and the ability to create something spectacular for us all.
The minister also spoke to the construction of a new world-class airport coming to Grand Bahama. She said designs are being adjusted to suit changing needs and has been advised that once the design-build construction goes vertical, the development will be completed in 18 months. For your Government in Action, I'm Andrew Coakley.
More of Your Government in Action when we return. Welcome back. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture continues to empower the youth of the nation and encourage them to be inspired. The Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, led by Minister Mario Bolag and the Division of Youth, has launched its Be Inspired program. The Be Inspired program is a grant-based program to assist young Bahamians in the establishment or the expansion of their small business. The ceremony took place at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium on February 12, 2025.
It is my pleasure to stand before you along with nearly 100 young persons participating in the Be Inspired Small Business Grants Program. The Be Inspired program is an initiative that enables young entrepreneurs to explore their passions while growing a local economy by providing innovative products and services for consumers. My ministry recognizes the micro, small, medium-sized enterprises are the engines that drives the Bahamian economy. My ministry also recognizes the progress and development which is achieved when small businesses are success. When small businesses do well, the country benefits. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen a significant increase in small businesses. In particular, many of these small businesses are owned by young people. As the ministry responsible for youth, we understand the need to support our youth by alleviating some of the barriers they face when entering the business world, such as a lack of access to capital, lack of essential business skills, and lack of mentorship. Therefore, through the Be Inspired program, we are making a direct investment in our young people while promoting entrepreneurship as a gateway to a more prosperous future. The Be Inspired program is more than just an opportunity to receive a grant. It is a beacon of hope to small businesses, providing training, funding, and support. We recognize that small businesses help to reduce unemployment and stimulate economic growth. Hence, this investment helps not only the young entrepreneurs, but also society at large. I want to take a moment to share briefly how the Be Inspired program is changing lives. A young man faced significant challenges in his life. He left school in grade 8 due to his involvement in gang and criminal activities. He spent time in the Simpson Penn School and the Department of Correction. It was difficult for him to find and keep jobs. But with just one weed whacker, this young man was able to make a complete turnaround and earn an honest and decent living in the landscaping business. With continued support, this young man will go even further and go on to be among the top business professionals in the Bahamas. We believe in the boundless potential of our young people, and this program is a clear demonstration of our commitment to supporting the ideas, fueling their passions, and fostering the innovation, growth, and above all, changing lives. Through partnership with the Small Business Development Center and the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, the Be Inspired program has become more inclusive by supporting our Bahamian entrepreneurs with disabilities. It is a demonstration of our commitment to ensure that all young entrepreneurs have the opportunity to take charge of their future and contribute to the growth and prosperity of our nation.
The Department of Labor and the Office of the Registrar of Trade Unions hosted a Registrar of Trade Unions handover ceremony on February 7, 2025. The ceremony, which took place at the Department of Labor, recognized the work and legacy of outgoing Registrar Van Delaney and welcomed the leadership of incoming Registrar Yolantha Ward-Yallop.
Today is a very special day because I'm here to also recognize and honor a man who has been instrumental in my development also in various ways because of his level of intellect when it comes to labor and because of the times that we have served together in my capacity as Secretary General of the Bahamas Educators Managerial Union, where he was a consultant and also a mentor and a confidant, Mr. Van Delaney. I also recognize the incoming registrar who is here today, and she is also a very dynamic and astute lawyer, legal, where I met her as a lawyer. My first introduction some years ago, quite a while now. She hasn't aged at all. So don't believe she is as, she's youthful, but her age may be a bit, her look may be a bit deceptive. I never do, Mr. Maynard. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to speak on behalf of your minister and as the acting Minister of Labor on this occasion, which is the official handover ceremony of the Registrar of Trade Unions, a vital institution in our labor landscape. As we are all aware, this office plays a pivotal role in shaping the dynamics of labor relations protecting workers' rights, and fostering a fair and equitable working environment in the Bahamas. Established under the Industrial Relations Act, this office is responsible for the registration and regulation of trade unions within our country, and it is indeed a fact that trade unions are critical in protecting workers' rights and interests, negotiating better working conditions, and advocating fair wages. All of this is encompassed in decent work. The registrar's role ensures that the unions operate within the legal framework, promoting transparency and accountability. One of the primary responsibilities of the registrar is the registration of trade unions. This process is crucial because it legitimizes the union's existence and provides them with legal recognition. A registered trade union gains the ability to represent its members in negotiations with employers, ensuring that workers have a voice in their workplace. Moreover, the registrar of trade unions also ensures compliance with the laws governing trade unions in our country. This oversight is essential in maintaining the integrity of the labor movement in the Bahamas. The registrar monitors the activities of registered unions, ensuring that they adhere to the conditions and the provisions outlined in the law. By doing so, the office protects workers from potential abuses and ensures that unions operate democratically and transparently. Another crucial function of the registrar is to facilitate dispute resolution between employers and trade unions. In any workplace, conflicts, as we know, may arise regarding wages, working conditions, and other employment terms. The registrar serves as a mediator, providing a platform for dialogue and negotiation. This proactive approach helps to resolve disputes amicably, fostering a harmonious relationship between workers and employers. In turn, this contributes to a more stable and productive workforce, which benefits the entire economy.
I'm Carissa Williamson, and this has been Your Government in Action, a proud presentation of Bahamas Information Services. Join us on Tuesday evenings, where we bring you highlights, coverage, and information as we continue to do what we do best, linking people and government.